Hey tribe, welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about a very, very important question here, especially around this time of the year. Why didn't my manifestations, what I wanted to manifest, why didn't it come last year? So in this video, a couple things are going to go on. I'm going to go over the top 5 reasons. So if you're really trying to figure this stuff out, you really need to watch this video, because even myself, I can falter in one of these reasons. And it's so easy to falter in one of these reasons, okay? So number 2 here, now this is going to be a one-take wonder. I am in Thailand. It is kind of the edge of the end of the holiday season here. It's a little bit loud, so I gotta be a little bit more quick on my videos. I can't do a lot of editing and stuff like that just because it just might get loud all of a sudden where I gotta stop filming. So I'm just gonna warn you with that. Okay, so this is a one-take wonder, baby. So other than that, let's get rocking and rolling. Okay, now let's get started. Why didn't my manifestations work out last year? Why didn't they come? Now I have them on my computer here, so I'm gonna glance off once in a while. That way it keeps me on track. That way I don't forget to share something. So number 1 here is you didn't change your daily behavior. Okay, now this is all stems from identity work, my friends. Okay, basically what happens is you want to be the most successful version of you. Okay, no matter if you want your dream car, your dream house, your dream career, your dream job, you want to give to charities, you want to be a multimillionaire, you want to make more money, no matter what it is, you have to be that most successful version of you. Okay? Bottom line is, you didn't. So basically what happened is all the actions that you're taking is you're behaving like that old self, that old you. You're still running your life on old habits. Okay, remember, your subconscious mind runs on patterns, habits, and old decisions. So that's what I mean is your old self didn't align with that new version of you. Your old self isn't aligning with that dream house you want. Okay, this is how you speed up manifesting. Okay, what you need to do in one here is you really need to pay attention to how you're dressing, who you're hanging out with, what decisions are you making? Okay, what are your hobbies? Okay, what would the most successful version of you do? Okay, what type of decisions would they make? And you got to start being that today, right now. Okay, now if you can sit back and you can listen to this really fast. If you can sit back and you can think, what would the most successful version of me do? And you start answering those questions. And if you tell yourself, well, I would have different hobbies. Well, you need to match the hobbies now to that most successful version of you. If you sit there and say, well, I would make different decisions, you need to make this different decisions now, today. That's how you become in alignment. You have to become in alignment with the version of you who has what they want. You understand? Trying to say that grammatically correct. Okay, my friends? Now, number 2 here. Now, number 2 is a downfall of most people. Number 2 is you stayed in the same environment. You didn't upgrade your environment. Okay, now in this one, I'm not talking about that, well, Chad, I didn't have the money to upgrade my environment. Well, Chad, I didn't have the money to go out and buy my dream house, so I'm still living where I'm at. So I couldn't upgrade my environment. But you're thinking the wrong way. Okay, listen to this. Your environment is either going to make you or break you. Bottom line. Okay, now listen, I wrote down some things here. You stayed in the same environment, but you hung around the same people, the same noise, the same chaos. You did the same routines. You did the same triggers. You understand? You basically stayed in your comfort zone the whole time. Or you did really good for a month and you faltered back. You understand? So let's talk about environment here really fast. Environment is something I know a lot about. Okay. And like I said, like environment's going to make you or break you. And I want to tell you a little story really fast. It's story time. Okay, go make some popcorn and come back to this video and have some popcorn and listen to me. It's not going to be that long, but listen, I'm in Thailand right now. Okay, I've been in Thailand for 4 years. Most of the time I've been in Thailand, I've lived in really nice areas of Thailand and stuff like that. But the last 11 months, I've been up in Surin. We've been up here. This is Ang's house, by the way. We've been up here more or less taking care of Aang's dad because his health wasn't doing very well. Okay. So, but this is like real village life. Thai local, real village life, how really locals really live. And, I'm not so much talking about how a wealthy Thai lives or how a middle class Thai live. This is more, you're kind of embedded into how poverty live. Okay, now Aang isn't in poverty, or her family isn't in poverty, but you're surrounded by it. Okay. So, I'm not trying to be mean, but what I'm saying is I'm not in the best environment. Okay, when I go outside, you see stumbling alcoholics stumbling around, drinking Thai whiskey all the time. You see them, they don't have a job, they don't do anything. I put up with loud music, just like in the beginning of this video, that just comes into the whole house, that overtakes it. I can't even do a video. What I mean? It pretty much shuts me down. Okay, any type of work I want to do. So like they don't have no more jobs. Their whole main focus, what they spend money on, is Thai whiskey, cigarettes, coffee, and gambling. Okay, you understand? That's the mentality here. Like up in this village, is that's what they spend money on. They spend money on those four things rather than send their kids to school. Now, I'm just being transparent with you. Okay, all I'm pointing out is I'm not in the best environment. So this is what I'm doing. This is why it's going to help you out. Is even though I know the environment's going to change me. You understand? I'm not like I don't have a shield around my body where I'm not going to be influenced by the environment. We all get influenced by the environment, positive or negative. But this is what I'm doing. Is when we go out and get a coffee, okay, I purposely go to an Amazon cafe. Okay, now Amazon Cafe, you might have never heard of Amazon Cafe. They're not associated with Amazon, but Amazon Cafe is very popular in Thailand. It's kind of like a Starbucks. Okay, I'm back. The camera shut off there. Okay, let me back up here for a second. I'm talking about Amazon Cafe. So when we want a coffee, I purposely go to Amazon Cafe, or I purposely go to a nicer place that looks like that middle class or wealthy Thai go to. Okay, especially in Thailand. Okay, now it's Thailand, there's a great big separation between poor and middle class. There's a huge separation. Even Thai locals, Thai middle class, do not hang around poor Thai. They don't hang around. They don't go where they go. They don't shop where they shop. They don't eat where they eat. You understand that, okay? But for me, I'm not being that picky, but for me, it's really about my eyes can see and experience nice things. You understand? From time to time, we drive up to Surin City. We go to the mall. We go watch a movie. We shop up there. We go out. They have nicer places up there that we can go eat. It's important to do these things. Okay. So that's why I share them with you, is because I'm not in the best place right now. Okay. Just from circumstantial. Okay. Aang's dad isn't doing very well. So we're up here. He's recovering. He's doing excellent since we've been here. His health is turned around. But this could be maybe something you're going through. Okay, you can't get so focused on, I can't buy my dream house. I can't move to the best area of town. But like if you have a gym membership, you can go, a lot of times, depending upon what gym you go to, you can purposely drive a little bit farther and go to a gym in a nicer area. Okay, you can go out to eat once a week or once a month. Okay, that puts you in a nicer area. Okay, I talk a lot. I don't want to be winded about this. I know I'm talking quick because it's going to get loud here pretty soon. But you gotta taste success. You understand? You gotta taste it. Okay, you gotta if you're hanging around the same group of friends, you gotta add. You don't have to shame people. You don't have to remove people from your life if you don't want to. But you gotta add a couple more people to your group of friends. Okay, you got to add people that's a little bit more successful than you, okay, that motivates you, or they're doing what you want to do. You understand that? Okay, we all can do this. Is all free stuff. It doesn't cost money. Okay, most of the time you're spending money anyway. Just spend it in different ways that put you in better places. Okay, because your eyes need to see it. You need to taste success, my friends. You need to taste it. Okay, it's very important to do this stuff. Okay. Now, number three is something I've been experiencing a lot in Thailand lately is you kept reacting emotionally. Okay. Listen, when you react emotionally with what's going on around you, your circumstances, okay, when you react to it, you're acting like that old self. You're not acting like that most successful version of you. You're acting like your old self. What do I mean by this? Is you react to money. You react how you spend money. You react when you pay your bills. You react to people and circumstances. Maybe people piss you off. Besides just ignoring it, walking around them, removing them from your life, you're reacting to it. You understand what I'm saying. Okay, you overreact to delays. Things are not happening quick enough. Okay, you're looking for and manifesting, you're looking for the how. You're looking for evidence that what you're doing, all the hard work you're putting in, you're looking for evidence that you don't see it yet. Okay, stop looking. You understand what I'm saying? This is easier said than done. Okay, listen, reaction keeps you in survival mode. Like I said, reaction keeps you in that old identity. Okay, and this is something, again, this speaks loud to me when I kind of wrote this out, is when you react emotionally, you have to look at it this way. You have to ask yourself this question, okay? Maybe pause this video. How would the most successful version of you handle things that you're going through? Let me tell you a secret, my friends. All the answers you seek in life are within you, okay? Everything is within you. Everything you want is within you, within your consciousness, okay? All the answers you seek, what you're trying to figure out is inside of you. Bottom line. Like for me, I can help speed it up, if I talk to you personally and stuff like that. You know, if you jump on AI is not smarter than you. You understand that. AI is not going to help you out. And the reason why I say that is AI is so popular nowadays, AI is not smarter than you, okay? AI doesn't have an intellect, okay? AI doesn't have intuition. Source is inside you. God is within you, whatever your religious beliefs are. Okay, the universe is inside you. Okay, that's why all the answers are within you. Okay, you just need to stay unattached long enough, stop seeking it, and the answers will come to you. Okay, but let me help you out a little bit here. Is a lot of us, we overact when we spend money. Even for myself, I developed affirmations I say to myself when we go shopping. Okay, the best one I did was when we go grocery shopping. I would walk around the grocery store telling myself, not out loud, that way people don't think I'm crazy, is, I can buy anything I want in here. Because you know what? It's true. When you go to a grocery store, nothing is outside of your price range. Okay, you might not buy the whole store, of course, but nothing is outside of your price range, my friends. Okay, so that affirmation is true. Your subconscious mind says, that's true. I can buy anything I want in here. Okay, I would start saying, every time I spend money, money comes back to me double. You know what I mean? I had some wonderful, wonderful experiences with this. Okay, when you go pay your bills, start thinking that you have money to pay your bills. Okay, flip it. Okay, listen, like you can't, like, I got this from my mom, where my mom's very old fashioned. When she sat down to pay her bills, okay, she didn't have nothing on auto payment or anything. Like it was like it was like an emotional trauma for her. She was just like, oh, it's time to pay my bills. Oh, you know what I mean? Put yourself in a position, like thank your bills. Thank you, I have enough money to spend. Every time I pay my bills, money comes back to me double. I heard even Rhonda Byrne say this about how she got out of debt is what she started doing when she paid her bills. She pretended that she was giving the money to a charity. You understand that? That's a great one. Pretend you're giving money to your favorite charity, but you're paying your credit card. You know what I mean? It's what you tell yourself. Okay. Then I want you to ask yourself these questions. I want you to ask yourself, how would the most successful version of me handle this? Okay. Would the most successful version of me that's a millionaire, a multi-millionaire, that has $15 million liquid sitting somewhere, maybe not in a bank account, okay, would I be really overreacting when I pay my bills? I wouldn't. I would just pay them, forget about it. Put them auto pay, forget about it. Okay, give no emotion around it. Okay, when I say give no emotion around it, listen, I'm not saying we got to deal with stuff. We got to handle stuff. We got to deal with things we don't like. We got to handle things we don't like. Okay. But you don't have to give emotion to it. You handle it. After you handle it, you move on, forget about it. You stop talking about it. You stop mentally talking about it. You handled it, move on. That's why I mean, don't give no emotion to it. Only give emotion to things that you like and enjoy. You understand, my friends? Okay. So what's the next one here? Number four. Number four is my favorite one. Is you never made a clear decision. Okay. You're very vague on what you want. Remember, if you're vague on what you want, your subconscious mind has no clue what you want. So just random things are just coming in your life because you're too vague. You're not making a clear decision on what you want. Okay, you want your dream house. Okay, you can't just say, I just want my dream house. Okay, how big is your dream house? Okay, how many rooms does it have? Is it 2 stories? Is it 3 stories? You know what I mean? Do you have a basement that's all, that's all laid out and it's made up, you can live down there. It's not just a ugly basement, you know what I mean? It's furnished and everything else. You have a basement, the main floor, a second floor. How many rooms? How big is it? 5,000 square feet? How big do you have a swimming pool? Do you have guest rooms? Do you have an office? Okay. You have to design this. You have to know exactly what you want to the T. When you say, I want your dream house, your dream car, for example, you can't just say, well, I just want my dream car. I don't know where it is. Then the universe gives you a Honda Civic. Then you're like, well, what? I don't want this. What? I don't want a Honda Civic. You know what I mean? It's not your dream car, but you weren't clear on what your dream car is. Okay, if your dream car is a Porsche, what kind of Porsche? Is it a 911 twin turbo Porsche convertible, blood orange with black trim on it? Okay, what year is it? Maybe you like older models versus the newer models. Okay, you have to know exactly to the T what you want, because once you know exactly to the T what you want, your subconscious mind, the universe, will start putting things together and give you exactly what you want. Okay, but when you're indecisive, you don't know, you're vague, that life is a mirror. That's what's coming to you. Okay. You understand that. You have to be this is like manifesting 101 here. If you don't know what you want, well, you're not going to manifest anything, bottom line, because anything that comes to you, we're manifesting 24 hours a day, no matter if we know it or not. But what's coming to you, you don't like because you're too vague. You understand? You got to know exactly what you want, my friends. And let me show you here real quick. Let me take this down. I'll move around the camera here. Okay. Search the Okay, this is my vision board right here. My vision board is very clear on what I want. This is more of an identity board. This is my identity right here, $15 million man. Everything stems from my identity down. Okay, well, I mean, my identity, this is my big domino right here. The $15 million man is the big domino. What I mean by big domino is if I manifest my big domino, it knocks down several dominoes. You understand what I'm saying? It knocks down my dream house, my dream car, my lifestyle. It knocks down me retiring my mom, taking care of my family. It knocks down several things. Okay. But this is very clear. Okay. It's not vague. Makes sense? Okay. The last one here is number 5. You kept waiting to feel confident first. Let me get that notification off there. You kept waiting. Holy crap. Let me get that one off of there. I must be popular today. I'm always popular when I make videos. That's when people want to talk to me. Is you kept waiting to feel confident first. What I mean by that is you're waiting to take action when you feel ready. You understand? You're never going to feel ready, my friends. What did I write here real quick? You waited to feel ready. You waited to feel sure. You waited to feel different. Okay. You just have to take action. The best way I like to explain this is when you have a desire and attention, when you actually know exactly what you want. Okay. I like to call it intuitive action. You just don't take blind action. Okay. Because listen, blind action is actually forced action. You're trying to force things to happen. Okay, how do you force things to happen? I want my dream house, and I start figuring out, besides me knowing exactly what it is, I start like searching for a real estate person. I start searching for how much my mortgage is going to be. I start searching for how much do I have to put a down payment. Okay, how much is my down payment on this house, my dream house I want? What's my mortgage payment going to be this month? What's my taxes going to be on this house I want? You understand? My nose is itchy right now, but that's what we do. We get into controlling the how when the how isn't your concern. You understand this? Your only concern, listen to this, your only concern is what do you want? You live in the end. Okay, you act as if. You carry yourself as that most successful version of you who has your dream house. That's the only thing you should be focused on. The how isn't your concern. Because once you get in the mix, once you start controlling the how, okay, you only have, like when you control the how, I'm just saying from my perspective, is there's only one or two ways I'm looking at how I can get my dream house. Okay. When I stop controlling the how, there's 1,000 different ways it could come to me. Okay. I'm blocking all these other ways because I'm staying focused on what I can accomplish by myself. You understand what I'm saying, my friends? Okay. So what I mean by intuitive action is once you know what you want, you just listen, you just focus on acting as if. You just focus on I'm the most successful version of me right now. If I want my dream house, I have it right now. So my whole purpose is I walk around, I act like, I dress like, I behave like, I have hobbies like that most successful version of me that has my dream house. I make decisions like that most successful version of me who has my dream house. And what will happen is 100%, okay, I'm not lying to you, 100% this will happen to you. Once you focus on it, you stop focusing on the how, you will have, I call this intuitive action. You will have an intuition to do something. You will have a gut feeling to do something. You understand? No matter what we want to call it, intuition, a gut feeling, you just have a random thought, do this. Okay, I want you to take action on it. That's what I mean by intuitive action. You're following your gut. Because when you follow your gut, you follow that intuition that leads you, sometimes it leads you straight to what you want. Sometimes it's a puzzle piece. It leads you closer to what you want, but it's a puzzle piece. Once you actually follow the action, take the action, it takes you closer, and you do the same thing. You take the action, you remain as acting as if, you remain as the most successful version of you, and then you have another gut feeling, intuition to do something. Okay, then you take action on it. Okay, now when you take action, like I said here, is it might make you uncomfortable because listen, to be that most successful version of you, to have what that version of you has and wants, to have your dream life, you have to start making different decisions. You have to start taking action differently than what you used to. That's going to scare you. Okay, you're not going to feel confident. You're not going to feel ready. Okay, it might give you anxiety a little bit, but this is what I want you to think about with anxiety. And this is what I've told myself about anxiety. When I get anxiety, when I get scared to do something, okay, I get nervous to do something, is that stop looking at anxiety as fear. Look at anxiety as it's getting you closer to your dream life. That's why you're scared. You're scared because anxiety should be an excitement. Because I heard Bob Proctor say this. Bob Proctor, when I was mentored by Bob Proctor for many years before he passed away, he would say this all the time to me. He would say this in every single seminar, is that he said if he wasn't nervous about doing something, if he wasn't scared about doing something, he didn't have anxiety about doing something, he knew he wasn't on the right track. Like he measured kind of if he was on the right track because it gave him like it gave him the jitters. You know, I'm trying to talk like Bob, but I can't. But it gave him the jitters. You know, it made him nervous. It gave him anxiety, and that's the same thing we need to do. Because what's happening is we're stepping out of our comfort zone. When you leave your comfort zone, you start making new decisions. It's going to scare you. Okay. It might, you might get anxiety because you're going to a new restaurant you've never been before, and it might make you uncomfortable, but you need to do it because that's the lifestyle the most successful version of you is making. You understand what I'm saying? The whole point in number 5 here, You're not going to feel ready, okay? But you need to do it anyway. You understand? Because you learn along the way. And the more you do, the less scared you get. Okay? And it's not about, listen to this, it's not about not having fear, it's managing fear. It's not about not being scared, it's managing being scared. It's knowing that nothing's going to happen to me. It's knowing, like what like I told you, like what I tell myself is it's 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 putting you in the right direction. Okay, it's a positive. When I'm nervous, I look at it as a positive. That means I'm heading the right direction because I'm nervous to do it. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. You understand? Because we're all going to have that fear barrier. We're all going to come up against something we're scared to do. Sometimes it's simple things. Sometimes it's new decisions. It's new people we hang around. It's new environments. Okay, but what we have to understand is your dream life is on the other side of fear. Okay, stop running back to your comfort zone. Bottom line. Understand? Start trusting yourself. That's another thing. Is we don't we I mean, even for me, this is big for me, is when I grew up, I didn't trust myself. Okay. I wasn't raised like that. I was raised where everybody made decisions for me. My dad was very overbearing, so he made decisions for me. He controlled my whole life. As long as you lived in his household, no matter how old you were, you did what he wanted you to do. Okay. But when I grew up, when I was an adult and moved out, I was kind of just thrown into the wolves. You know what I mean? I had to figure it out because my back was against the wall. You know, I made bad decisions or very, very indecisive and passive, had no standards or boundaries. Okay. I had to learn all this as an adult. Okay. After I got out of college, you understand, when I lived on my own, I had nobody teaching this stuff to me because nobody taught it to me as a kid growing up. Oh, okay. So I know a lot of this stuff I know a lot about because I had to figure it out myself, my friends. Okay, especially when we're dealing with number 5 here. But you're not going to feel ready. You got to just trust your instincts, trust your intuition, trust your gut feelings, and trust it that all the answers are within you. Okay, you don't need to go to 20 of your friends and ask, what would you do, Sarah? What would you do, Billy? Okay, if they're not living their dream life, they're not going to be able to tell you what to do. That's bottom line. If they don't have the lifestyle that you want, they're not going to give you, you have to understand, they're not going to give you the best advice, my friends. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's just accurate. Okay, you jump on AI, ChatGPT. That's why I said AI is not smarter than you. It's not going to tell you how to live your dream house, the dream house, how to live your dream life. Okay, you already know the answers. Okay, you just need to be quiet, get unattached, and the answers will come to you. Okay. Once you get the answer, once it tells you to, once that gut feeling says to do something, you take intuitive action and you do it and you follow it. Okay, my friends? But other than that, tribe, I know I talked fast. It was winded because I got my vision board in the background, but I knew it was going to get loud here because last night, a next door neighbor, his dad passed away, and it's Thai culture when someone passes away. They're getting ready to. They're setting it up right now. Even in this video, I could hear the music, and I knew they're going to start playing music, so it kind of sped up the video. I had to talk faster and faster before I get shut down, just because it will just get too loud, and I can't have copyrighted music go inside the mics and stuff like that. So I had to kind of talk fast and not be long-winded and stuff like that. But if you have questions on this, comment below. I'd love to hear your feedback. I try my best to answer all the comments. If you need more help with this, everything's in the description. All the nuggets are there to help you out. So check out the description. Other than that, remember, I love you guys, and let's rock and roll with this new year.